And this is the latest news where a fever could have killed a third of China's pigs. That is almost as many as were farmed in the U.S. and in Europe. The virus is harmless to us but deadly to pigs. There's no cure or vaccine. Farms are being wiped out. With this being said, the price of the pork will go up and the demand will go down. In my thoughts, why are pigs dying? And will it ever be stopped? Some could lose their jobs and others without income to help feed their families. This just in. Oil prices have jumped after Saudi Arabia reports a drone attack on a pumping station. This caused the U.S. oil prices to rise 1.4%, even though no damage was done to the oil that was noted. It is said that the drone attack just comes from days after Saudi Arabia said its oil tanks were sabotaged. And when its oil tanks were sabotaged, it said that nobody was physically injured, there was nobody bodily harm, everything was still accounted for, which in the end, this caused the stocks to drop and the supply to go down, but the demand to go up. And so down stocks plunged 617 points. When their stocks plunged, the price of the stock goes down with it. My thoughts that if this keeps going, we could see oil and gas prices rise in the coming weeks. David Petraeus couldn't have said it any better. Petraeus says this, that it could escalate and get out of hand. What he means by that is we could see gas prices being close to almost $6. In fashion news, Adidas can't make enough sportswear to meet demand. We take a closer look and find out that German sportswear companies said supply chain shortages makes it difficult to meet a sharp increase in the consumer demand. What he is saying is that since they have a supply shortage, they cannot meet the demands of what everyone wants. With that being said, even though the demand is still high, there's nothing they can do. This new story is a supply and demand. The supplies are short, but the demand is high. They don't make enough to meet the demand. To get the demand, they just signed Beyonce, and they hope that it will help them get the money they need to get the supplies in order to make it to get the demand. This story is still in develop, and they will be trying to get more updates, but as all we know as of now is that they are trying their best to get the supply up because most people want Adidas clothes because it's mid-priced apparel. While even though the demand is high, their stock has come down as well. They also do some other Adidas stuff. They've got Reebok on their side, and the Reebok's supply has gone down as well. So, with all of that, what I basically learned from the whole thing is that in order for an economy to function, you have to have the supply and demand in the middle. You can't have one too high or one too low, because in the end, you're still either, if the supply is high but the demand is low, you're going to be paying twice as much because it's low. If the supply is low and the demand is high, you're going to be paying a little bit more. Not necessarily more per se, but it gets hard when you try to get supplies for one thing and you don't have enough to get the supplies for it. This story and everything else is still being updated, and when the update When we get to the update, there will be more information. I'm Autumn Gann with your economic news. I really hope you have a good afternoon.